Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to all of you once again to the physics classes. Dear students, we were talking about competitive exams and competitive classes. Okay, so we have discussed the synopsis part, or I can say the formulation part of magnetism and moving charges and magnetism and matter, and moving charges and magnetism and matter, and as well as one of the topic of first year, that is motion in a plane, all those things. Right. So now onwards we are going to talk about the questions. I hope you can see the screen and the questions will be displayed, and after that we are going to solve. Before starting that, I am going to tell you that be in a place where there is a disturbance free. Okay. So and keep your mobile, if you are going to watch in a computer, no issues. If you are going to watch in your mobile phone, keep a mobile phone somewhere at a fixed place, take a book and start solving the questions. Okay. So as of now, when we are going to talk about magnetism and matter, so first question we are going to see. Before that, I am going to tell you that as a reference, keep any of the one material as a fixed for you. Maybe it is any of the standard material, keep it a fixed for you, and you have to decide in such a way that at least per day from each subject 20 questions you have to solve. Maybe physics, chemistry, maths, biology you are going to gun for. Out of all the chapters, at least if you can't 20 means 10 questions you must solve. That habit you have to make it out. Okay. Take any questions, 10 questions. So chapter wise you take, make a timetable, chapter wise you take, and you can solve it. So if you are going to do like that, then only the study becomes ordered manner and you are going to get the success. Okay. And don't study randomly, in an ordered manner you have to study. For that, it is must 20 questions each day from each subject. That becomes very much necessary, at least from 2 subjects. Okay, that is necessary. Okay, whatever. So we are going to talk about magnetism and matter, and the first question is displayed on the board. Okay, so the first question says that if theta 1 and theta 2 be the apparent angles of dip observed 2 vertical planes at right angles to each other, then the true angle of dip theta is given by. Why we are going to get the dip? So in vertical planes they have calculated the angle of dip. What is the true angle of dip? That you have to find out. Now what do you mean by angle of dip? Angle of dip is nothing but, see, if it is north, if it is south, magnet has to stand in this way, but magnet is not going to stand in this way. It will make certain angle. That angle is angle of declination. Now angle of dip is nothing but after standing here it will make like these angles, maybe vertical and all. That is angle of inclination we will say, or else angle of dip. Now in certain planes, why that comes? That because of magnetic field it comes, right? Now 2 planes they have considered, maybe one is like this, another one is in this way. Both are perpendicular to each other. Why at any place magnetic dip comes? Because of the magnetic field, horizontal component of the earth, vertical component always remains constant. Okay. Now what is the magnetic field here? Because of that magnetic dip comes. What is the magnetic field in this plane? Because of that magnetic field, magnetic dip comes. What is the magnetic dip? If it is makes an angle theta, it is BH cos theta and it is BH sin theta. Since both are perpendicular, it doesn't matter, wherever you can take that theta. So now we know that tan theta, which is equal to vertical component divided by horizontal component of the earth's magnetic field. But here what happens? They have told that tan theta in one plane you are going to get, that is because of vertical component and this magnetic field BH cos theta. And the next what we are going to get, tan theta, which is equal, actually whole Earth's magnetic field is not going to get you know you are not going to get only BH here responsible, here BH sin theta is responsible, BH cos theta is responsible. So theta 2 you are going to get as vertical component divided by BH sin theta you are going to get, BH sin theta you are going to get. Next what we are going to get? Okay, now from this equations you can write down that is BV is equal to or BH cos theta, isn't it? You can write down cot theta 1 which is equal to BH cos theta divided by BV and cot theta 2 which is equal to BH sin theta divided by BV. Okay, now square it and add it. Cot square theta 1 plus cot square theta 2 which is equal to, okay, that is nothing but BH square BV square, it becomes BH square BV square cos square theta plus sin square theta, that is equal to 1. BH square by BV square is nothing but equal to cot square theta. So the answer will be cot square theta which is equal to cot square theta 1 plus cot square theta 2. This is the one method. Okay. Now again in different method also you can calculate, that is the easiest one once again. Perpendicular means what? We can write down at any apparent point. Actually what we have to get? Tan theta which is equal to BV divided by BH. Because of some magnetic field you don't know B1, because of some magnetic field B2. Okay, because of submagnetic field what you are going to get? Dip is theta 1 which is equal to BV divided by B1, because the dip we are going to get mainly because of a horizontal component, not because of the vertical component. Next tan theta 2 is nothing but which is BV divided by B2, isn't it? So from this equations what you can get? That is nothing but B1 is BH total because of the magnetic field is nothing but tan theta you are going to get, right? So you can get that B1 is equal to BV cot theta 1, B2 which is equal to BV cot theta 2. Okay, isn't it? Next again we can write down, that is net B which is equal to BV which is equal to B or B is equal to BV cot theta. So actual magnetic field is nothing but B1 square plus B2 square, isn't it? So B square is nothing but BV square cot square theta which is equal to B1 square is nothing but cot square theta 1 plus cot square theta 2. Okay, in that way also you can get. Okay, so next we are going to talk about, so that answer is D. Okay, so next we are going to talk about the next question, that is nothing but you can go through the question. A 250 turn rectangular coil of length 2.1 centimeter and width 1.25 centimeter carries a current of 85 microampere and subjected to a magnetic field strength of 0.85 Tesla. Work done for rotating the coil by 180 degree against the torque. So work done you have to find out. So what do you mean by work done? What is the work done problem formula? Okay, work done which is equal to MB cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Now one coil is there, you have to rotate for the 180 degree. It was 0, you are going to rotate for 180 degree. Cos 0 means, okay, cos 0 means 1, cos 180 means minus 1. So it becomes 2 times cos A 180. So 2 times cos 0, that is 1. So So you can get which is equal to 2 times m into b. What is m? M is nothing but n times I into a into b. Ni into a into b. Okay, n is number of turns. Okay, so 2 into n is 250 into I is 85 into 10 to the power minus 6 into a is 1.25 into 1.25 into 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 4 I am going to write down because it is centimeter it is given, angle is meter square becomes minus 2 10 to the power minus 4 it becomes, and after that b is nothing but 0.85 Tesla. So calculate it and find out and tell me, calculate it, find out and tell me what is the answer you are going to get. Don't use the calculators. So we are not going to be along with you. Okay, you are studying there in your home, so you have got freedom, means it is not that you have to use calculator and quickly you have to guess the answer. No, make very much practice that without any support, make your mathematics strong, basic mathematics strong. Okay, and do that. So finally you have to get the answer as 9.1 microjoules. This is the answer you are going to get. So answer is D for this. Okay, so this is what the next one we have studied. So next we are going to talk about one more question. There is nothing but you can see that is the third question. A bar magnet is hung by a thin cotton thread. Okay, in a, so you just go through it, in a uniform horizontal magnetic field and is in equilibrium state the energy required to rotate it by 60 degree, the energy required to rotate by 60 degree, okay, is W. Okay, now the torque required to keep the magnet in this new position is, torque required keep the magnet in new position is. So this kind of problem already we have done in the case of our synopsis part, isn't it? The torque we have to find out. What is that torque? Torque which is equal to mb sin theta, but W is given, isn't it? W is given. So the bar magnet is hung in a thin cotton thread of uniform horizontal magnetic field in it is in equilibrium state. It is in equilibrium state means it is in a stable state. It is not going to rotate or oscillate. The energy required to rotate by 60 degree. The energy required to rotate by 60 degree. That is nothing but what is energy, or energy required is 60 degree is W which is equal to mb cos theta, isn't it? mb cos theta, that is minus, okay, which is equal to how much? M into b into cos theta is how much? Cos theta is 60, cos 60 means half, so which is equal to W which is equal to minus mb by 2, minus mb by 2. Now the torque is required to keep the magnet in this position. So it will align somewhere, I have to rotate against the torque is needed. Okay, torque is needed is mb sin theta. So torque which is equal to mb means minus of, okay, minus of W, sin theta is nothing but root 3 by 2 sin 60, that becomes which is equal to root 3 W by 4, okay, root 3 W by tan 60 you have to do, that is nothing but, sorry, sin 60 is nothing but root 3 by 2 you have got, okay. Now the third question you can look at on the screen. So it says that a bar magnet is hung by a thin cotton thread in a uniform horizontal magnetic field and is in equilibrium state, and is in equilibrium state. Okay, and is in equilibrium state. So the energy required to rotate it by 60 degree is W. Now the torque required to keep the magnet in this new position is, so it is in equilibrium point means that makes an angle 0, right? So WH is equal to minus M into B, or potential energy, isn't it? Potential energy minus MB. For the equilibrium case is this, because at 0th point, no, equilibrium, that is in this way, cos 0 is 1. Okay, now it is rotated, to minus MB cos 60, which is equal to how much? Minus MB by 2, no, cos 60 is off. So that energy is W final minus initial, which is equal to MB, minus of minus MB, minus MB by 2 minus of minus plus MB, that is nothing but MB by 2, isn't it? MB by 2, that is W. Now the torque required to keep the magnet in this position is, what is the torque I have applied? That is MB sin theta. So what do you mean by M? MB is nothing but 2 times W, isn't it? 2 times W. Sin theta is nothing but sin 60, that is root 3 by 2. So we are going to get root 3 times W, root 3 times W, and answer is B. Okay, in that way. So clearly learn the question, clearly twice or thrice read the question. Now you will be like, how this, that, lot of questions are running in your mind, I can make out. That is because lot of questions if you see means lot of practice you are going to get. The more and more questions you will see, the more and more perfect you are going to become. Okay, the simple things, and you might have heard about the tricks, this, that, nothing. Okay, no tricks, nothing is necessary in front of your practice. In front of your practice, no tricks are valuable. Remember, you are going to get the practice means new trick, your own you are going to trick, your own trick you are going to develop. Okay, you are going to invent. Simple, dear students, you don't be confused, this, that, easy, nothing is there. Only practice, 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 practice the problem, and which will going to make you perfect, or I can't say perfect, but I can tell you that more and more confidence will be filled in your mind. Now by saying this, I am going to go for the next question. Now I think this you can solve by on your own. Okay, now the magnetic susceptibility is negative, which has come all for 2016 NEET examination. This question came. The magnetic susceptibility is negative. Ferromagnetic substance, no, it is not negative. Paramagnetic substance and ferromagnetic substance, no, it is not negative. Diamagnetic substance, it seems that it is negative, but let's see what is the fourth option. Paramagnetic material only, no, it is negative for what? Which? It is negative for diamagnetic substance. That is, answer is C. The conceptual questions, dear students, you must know the concepts. Next, we are going to talk about one more. So this is a very interesting and easiest question I can go, because again the same kind of questions we are going to solve here. Little bit same, but little bit twisted or tilted, whatever it is. Okay. Now the next thing we are going to talk about, you can go through the screen. Yes, I am going to read the question for you. A rectangular coil of length 0.12 meter and width 0.1 meter. Okay, 0.1 and 0.1, it is given in meters, so no need to change. Okay, that is the first understanding. Next, having 50 turns of wire suspended vertically in a uniform magnetic field of strength 0.2 Weber per meter square, Weber per meter square. Again SI units, no need to change. The coil carries a current of 2 ampere. Again SI units, no need to change. If the plane of the coil is inclined at an angle theta, that is nothing but 30 degree with the direction of the field, the torque required to keep the coil in the stable equilibrium. The torque required to keep the coil in the stable equilibrium. Okay, so what is that stable equilibrium is stands for? Okay, now coil is there. What is the stable equilibrium means? The torque requires for the stable equilibrium. Stable equilibrium means what? Where I am having a coil. See, for example, I am having a coil in this way. So the magnetic field torque, which is equal to mb sin theta. When it is in equilibrium, so magnetic field in this way, okay, so if it is 90 degree means it is not going to rotate, isn't it? Right? Again, that plane is parallel to the magnetic field means it is not going to rotate. That is the stable equilibrium. Means angle is 90 degree means that is stable equilibrium. Angle is 90 degree means it is stable equilibrium. Now to become 90 degree, how much I have to rotate? Already 30 degree is done. Already 30 degree is there. Now I have to rotate so that it becomes a stable equilibrium. So it has to reach to the 90 degree means the angle between magnetic field and m, it must be 90 degree, or else that coil is parallel, that plane is parallel to the magnetic field. So I can write down tau is equal to mb sin 30. You have to write down. No, it is not 30, it becomes 90 minus remaining degree we have to rotate, no. So that is 90 minus 30. I have to make it a stable equilibrium, that becomes 90. So n into I into A into B into sin 60. N is how much? That is nothing but you have to write down all the things. A rectangular coil of length, okay, n is not given, n is only n is given, okay, of 50 turns, okay, 50 turns. What is the current? Current is nothing but 2 ampere. What is area? Area you have to write down, that is nothing but 0.12 and 0.1, 0.12 and 0.1 you will multiply, and B is nothing but 0.22 you are going to get, and after that what you have to write down, that is sin 60. Sin 60 is nothing but root 3 by 2, and you calculate and you are going to get the answer. Calculate it first, students. Calculate it. No, don't use any of the other calculator, all those things and all, because you are not supposed to use that. Okay, so first you have to calculate means it is not like that, or you can see the calculator and you can please, okay, make a mindset, make a basic mathematics, basic things strong, and calculate it quickly, and what you have to get? You are going to get the answer as 0.20 Newton meter. That is answer D. Okay, that is answer D. Yes. Now we are going to talk about the next question, that is displayed on the board. Just go through the question and I will read it for you once again. Following figures show the arrangement of bar magnets in different configuration. Each magnet has magnetic dipole moment m. Which configuration has highest net magnetic dipole moment? Which configuration has highest net dipole moment? So different configuration already we have studied, right? So we must know it. Okay, magnetic moment, lot of problems I have discussed in the synopsis part. Just I can give you 30 seconds, you can go through and tell me the answer first. Answer, see, for the first one, so first one, how I can find out? North to south, south to north, right? This will be the magnetic moment and this will be the magnetic moment. Magnetic moment makes an angle 90 degree. So we want the net magnetic moment, how it is? That is nothing but net magnetic moment square root of m square plus 2m square cos 90. Cos 0 is 1, cos 90 is 0. You are going to get square root of m in that way. For the first one you are going to get. Okay, the next one will be, that is north to south to north in this way, south to north in this way. This is 180 degree, both m and m cancels with each other. You can put 180 degree and you can find out m minus m, which is equal to 0. Again for the 30 degree, so here it in this equation becomes cos 30 degree. So south to north in this way, south to north in this way, it becomes 30 degree. The net magnetic moment is 2m square plus 2m square into cos 30 is root 3 by 2. You are going to get, that is 2m square plus root 3 m square by 2 you are going to get. So m is a common term, if you take it out means 2 plus root 3 or 4 by root 3. This much you are going to get for the third one, and for the fourth one you are going to get south to north, it is 60 degree means 2m square plus 2m square by half. 60 degree cos half, cos 60 means it is half, 2 cancels, you are going to get 3m square, which is equal to root 3 m. So which one is greater? Which one is greater? You are going to get for the cos 30 degree. For the cos 30 degree you are going to get more, and answer will be C. Once again you can go through it slowly and you can calculate. And now we are going to move on to the next question. There is nothing but okay, and which is a easiest question. So again I am going to read it for you. Okay, a current loop in a magnetic field. A current loop in a magnetic field. The option is can be in equilibrium. Can be in equilibrium in two orientations. Both the equilibrium states are unstable. Can be in equilibrium in two orientations, one stable while the other is unstable. Experiences a torque whether the field is uniform or non-uniform in all orientations. Can be equilibrium in one orientation. Can be equilibrium in one orientation. Okay, so a current loop behaves as if like a magnetic dipole. It is itself is a magnet only. Now current loop means in one direction the current is going to flow, right? In one direction the current is going to flow, isn't it? How you can say all those things? Again 20 to 30 seconds I can give you. Quickly interpret all the options and tell me the answer and guess the answer. So now it behaves as if like a magnet means it is a small magnet only, north and south. So having one moment in one direction, south to north means I can write down like this. Now magnetic field is in this way. Is it north remains in this way? Quickly it changes like this, no? So two orientations are there, that is seems stable but one is unstable and one is stable. That is again you can write down torque T is equal to mb sin theta. You can make out torque is equal to T is equal to mb sin theta. You can make out for one theta is equal to 0 means it is a stable one, and theta is equal to 180 means it is a unstable one. Okay, so that is what about these questions, and we are going to talk about the next question. Okay, we were talking about the question. Now next we are going to talk about the question 8. Okay, so a bar magnet I am going to read for you. There is nothing but a bar magnet of length L and magnetic dipole moment M is bent in the form of an arc as shown in the figure. Okay, the new magnetic dipole moment will be, so you have to find out the dipole moment, new magnetic dipole moment you have to find out. Now we have a bar magnet in this way. So actually what is the dipole moment? What is the formula for the dipole moment? See, you have a bar magnet in this way whose length we have taken it as 2L because for our convenience. Now we are going to take it as L, okay, again for the convenience, okay. Next M will be the pole strength, so dipole magnetic moment is nothing but 2L into M, or here it is L into M. Now what we have done while during the derivation when we were talking about the formulations, okay, that is nothing but it is bent in this way, this is the angle theta, exactly perpendicular we are going to talk, this is theta by 2, this is theta by 2 we are going to take, this becomes L, isn't it? So if you take means L is equal to how much? L is equal to sine theta by 2, isn't it? 60 means it becomes 30, total it is 60, so this becomes 60 by considering this triangle. By considering this triangle, you are going to write down sine 30 which is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, this is R they have given. So L is equal to sine 30 into R. So total length is nothing but 2L which is equal to 2R sine 30 for this case, isn't it? So what is the magnetic moment I can write down? Magnetic moment will be M into 2R sine 30, right? 2R sine 30 because magnetic moment is L into M, okay. But what is R? But what is R? R I can write down C. L is equal to R theta, isn't it? That formula is there in trigonometry. So here say for example it is X, if you take means X is equal to R into theta. So that X is equal to, okay, or else total L will be, total this is L, isn't it? Total L, okay. So total L which is equal, here just for the notation I have taken, okay, this I can write down it as X or X, this is 2X, okay. Now M is equal to this. Now this is actually the magnetic moment, no? This is actually magnetic moment M which is equal to M into 2 into R into half. Sine 30 means half. But R I don't know. In terms of R they didn't give. In terms of angle we have given. No. What I can write down? R is nothing but L is equal to R into theta. L is equal to R into theta. Trigonometry formula is the certain name is there for that derivation, that formula. Okay, arc length, isn't it? That arc length you can write down L is equal to R theta. In trigonometry you have studied. And now R is equal to L divided by theta, but L is nothing but pi by 3 here. So it becomes 3L divided by pi. If you substitute that in there, what I am going to get? Magnetic moment is equal to M into 2 into, okay, 2 is cancelled, no, R is there, R means 3L by pi, but M into L is nothing but capital M, okay. The new magnetic moment M dash will be, so earlier magnetic moment is nothing but M which is equal to L into M. So while during the derivations what we have done, 2L into M, because 2L length we have considered, here L we are going to consider, okay. So next if you do it means we are going to take, okay, 3 by pi, that becomes 3L by, okay, yes, answer D. Let's see, answer D for 8th question, okay, answer D, okay, 3 pi M we are going to get, okay. So that is the thing. Next if you see means, okay, 3M by pi we are going to get, 3M by pi we are going to get, okay. So little error is there while typing the things, some error might have done, that is, okay, this just to go through it because that must be like this, okay, 3M divided by pi. So this is nothing but bar, 3M bar 3 pi bar M, okay, 3 pi bar M, So, or 3 m bar pi, that is some mistake is there, but this is the correct answer. Okay, this is the correct answer. There is nothing but 3 m by pi. Okay, so we are going to talk about the next one is okay, that is the thing about a bar magnet. Just go through the questions, and read it. Okay, again I will read. A bar magnet of magnetic moment m is placed at right angles to a magnetic induction B. A bar magnet is there which is kept in right angle for the magnetic induction B. Okay, so magnetic induction B. If a force F is experienced by each pole of the magnet, if force F is experienced by each pole of the magnet, okay, the length of the magnet will be, what is the length that you have to find out. Okay, how we can find out? Because it is right angles, right angle, it is kept in right angles. How I can relate that force and length? How I can relate? Any ideas? Think. Any ideas? Okay. So hope you were thinking. Now we know that right angles means torque which is equal to m into b, right? But torque is nothing but force into displacement. Sorry, force into displacement we won't say, that position vector into L, position vector into this we are going to take. So which is equal to m into b. The length will be, I can write down mb divided by f. Okay, that is the first option, right? This is the first option. So we are going to talk about the question 10. That is the thing, but you can go through the screen. A compass needle which is allowed to move in a horizontal plane is taken to a geomagnetic pole. It will become rigid, showing no movement, will stay in any position, will stay in north to south direction only, or will stay in east to west direction. Now a compass needle which is allowed to move in a horizontal plane, only horizontal plane, means it is not going to move in vertical plane. Actually you are going to take that compass needle to the vertical plane, means what actually the thing? The thing is it has to vertically it has to move, but here which is allowed only to move in horizontal plane means then will become rigid, showing no movement, or will stay in any position, will stay in north to south direction, or will stay in east to west direction, because it may stay in any position, okay, because it is allowed to move only in the horizontal plane. So next question we are going to move. A magnetic needle is suspended parallel to a magnetic field, require √3 joules of work. Okay, joules of work to turn it through 60 degree. Now parallel is there, means the angle was 0 with the magnetic field. Now what I have to do? I have to turn it for 60 degree, which needs work is √3 joules. Okay, now already this question we have done, I guess. Okay, turn it to the 60, √3 joules of work, turn it to 60 degree. The torque needed to maintain the needle in this position will be, the torque needed, torque means what? Torque which is equal to mb sin 60. So mb is a sin 60 is √3 by 2. This what it needed. So that is actually must be in a Newton meter. Okay, torque is. So joule they have given, that is just a mistake. You can make it out. Don't go through that unit. Okay, there is not for the torque Newton meter. Now is there answer is there? No. Then what I have to do? Since they have given W, we have to write down in terms of W, √3 in terms of. But what is that W? W is equal to mb cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. No, I am not going to write down once again. Cos theta 1 means what? 0. Cos 0. Cos 0 means 1. Okay. Next 60 degree. Cos 60 means half. So 1 by 2 is nothing but MB divided by 2 we got. Next what we are going to get? So MB means, and which is nothing but equal to root 3 they have given. So I will get MB which is equal to 2 root 3. MB which is equal to 2 root 3 I am going to get. So if you substitute means torque which is equal to 2 root 3 into root 3 by 2. 2 cancels, that is 3 Newton meter. Okay, that is torque. Okay, so we'll move to the next question. Answer is B. Yes. Okay, next question number 12. That is nothing but there are 4 lightweight. Go through the question. Okay, go through the question. There are 4 lightweight rod A, B, C, D separately suspended by threads. A bar magnet is slowly brought A, B, C, D. A bar magnet is slowly brought near each sample of the following observation are noted. A is feebly repelled, isn't it? Repelled. Okay. Then B is feebly attracted, very less attraction. C is strongly attracted, and D is remains unaffected. Okay. Now which one of the following is true? B is a paramagnetic material, weakly attracted. So B is a paramagnetic material. What actually? B is feebly attracted. Paramagnetic material means what actually? Paramagnetic material means it is going to attract. Almost to B means B is paramagnetic material. It's almost correct answer. No, option may be A. Let's see whether the exact answers are there in other options or not. Option B says that C is a diamagnetic material. It was strongly attracted. No. So diamagnetic material is not strongly attracted. Okay. D is a ferromagnetic material. It is unaffected, but that is also wrong. And A is of non-magnetic material. No, it is not like that because it is repelled, right? So the first option is correct. That is B is a paramagnetic material. These are all questions we are discussing, that all the questions which have come for the competitive exams. Okay, first all those we will discuss, and you have to practice always. When you practice, you are going to become perfect. It irrespective of whichever material you may use, whichever things you may see, it doesn't matter, because it may give you real more information, that's all. The sources may give you more information, but whether you are able to take all those information, that is very important. That's why I am going to tell you that practice the questions, that makes you perfect. I already have discussed and told you in the previous classes, that is at least 20 questions per day from all the subjects that you have to follow, that you have to solve. 20 questions fixed, always you have to solve. Okay, then definitely you will get the success. Now after saying this, I am going to move to the next question, that is nothing but a short bar magnet. A short bar magnet of magnetic moment is 0.24 joule per Tesla. 0.4 joules per Tesla. 0.4 joules per Tesla is placed in a uniform magnetic field of 0.16 Tesla. Uniform magnetic field of 0.14 Tesla. So what is this? A short bar magnet of magnetic moment is placed in a uniform magnetic field of 0.16 Tesla. 0.16 Tesla. The magnet is an stable equilibrium when the potential energy is. Magnet is in stable equilibrium. Stable equilibrium, then the potential energy is. Okay, what we have to do? What is stable equilibrium means? Okay, so B is a that is M is equal to given, that is 0.4 joule per Tesla, and B is given. So what do you mean by stable equilibrium? The magnet is in stable equilibrium when the potential energy is. Okay, so if the stable equilibrium means theta is equal to 0. Torque stable equilibrium means theta is equal to 90 degree. Potential energy or work done, potential energy stable equilibrium means theta is equal to 0, the maximum case. Okay, remember that. Okay, sin theta means stable equilibrium means that is torque in the, to become stable equilibrium, what is the torque applied means that is sin theta is 90 degree. Okay, cos theta, if potential energy comes for the stable equilibrium means that is theta is equal to 0 degree, and if such is the case, we are going to get theta is equal to 0, right? So the potential energy will be, what is the potential energy required? That is mb cos 0 is mb minus, I can write down mb cos theta is equal to 0, so m is how much? 0.4, and b is how much? 0.16, 16 4s are 64. Okay, 1 2 3 0.064 minus 0.064 minus, answer is B. Okay, answer is B. Okay, so in today's class I hope we have discussed for 13 questions. Okay, 13 questions. So remaining little bit all the questions again we are going to discuss in our next classes. Okay, again I am going to tell that put your own timetable and study. Okay, because the self motivation is very much needed, which won't comes from anywhere else. Okay, so how much you practice which makes you perfect. Okay, so refer the materials, solve the questions, okay, and get the success. Okay, thank you very much for being with us in today's class. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.